Alright, this is Ross Raven, aka Nefarious Yordle, and we're playing Warwick versus Rengar. This one is gonna be kind of a guide to Warwick. I'm just gonna go over the basics real quick. Runes, I run Press the Attack, and Sorcery, I run Water Walking and Celerity, the extra movement speed in the river, and just cooldown reduction shit on Celerity is really good. Press the Attack, Triumph, Coup de Grace, Legend Alacrity, right? Just look at op.gg if you ever forgot. Just typing op.gg Warwick in Google and you'll get there, right? Just the basic shit. I started Q usually when I started Blood Hunt because you clear the buff faster. The reason I went for Q is because we didn't invade and we actually killed someone, so that's a value Q right there. Anyway, so that's what we're doing here. You just want to go for a level 3 route on Warwick. Warwick is so strong on level 3. Holy shit, this guy pulled the buff. I think he flashed. So I couldn't get there in time, right? Try hard. Anyway, to continue, you start out with a rejuvenation beat because you want to get the Tiamat as quickly as possible, which is what the build's out of, as you probably know. So what you want is, that is just your main objective. Whether you can get it through takedowns or farm, you just want that as quickly as possible. That's it. Alright? That's not gonna die to the red buff, I know that. When you play this a lot, you just pick up on those things. Just kite the buff a little bit. Boom, boom, hit it up. And you can use your smite, if you have plenty of health, you can use the smite, just get it to half HP for your Blood Hunt quicker. You don't always want to do that, it's a little bit of individual, like, just use your own best judgment, really. I hope I don't have to make a huge point out of it. Now, this Yasuo was a little bit pushed up, and I didn't see him go back to ward yet. So I'm just gonna loop behind him. What is this Shen doing? So walk up behind him, and then press W when you're right behind him. He still has the taunt, right? Alright, well, I don't know, I guess he didn't level taunt yet. Anyway, good job, we did it. We looped behind him, because Yasuo didn't know yet that we were coming. That means, if Shen telegraphs it, at the moment he shows, oh, he's coming back. Just a second, at the moment he shows he's going back, you want to actually, oh, he uses his taunt already, that's very bad. He might still die, though. Well, what is he doing? I don't know the cooldown on his taunt. What? I don't know why he taunted at the start, otherwise that would have been a clean kill. My Q at the end was a mistake. I hope Shen would take a turret shot. I don't know. I don't think it's a mistake because the Shen could have taken a turret shot, but Shen showed with his previous mechanics, the fact that he taunted before I was even there, he showed that he's not a high elo player, and I know he's not going to play that the best possible way, right? It's really obvious to me. The Shen also is running heal. I don't think he used it on me. It's just Shen running heal, right? So on my part, that's not entirely crisp, right? If I had a little bit better intuition, I could have known that he wouldn't heal me, he wouldn't do anything. It's just too risky. I already have my Tiamat. Doing a High Variance play like that, yeah, it's a little bit debatable. Anyway, so, back to Warwick, I got my Tiamat, so obviously I'll get it. I didn't have my Q yet, so I couldn't Q through the target. I'm just gonna use my first smite to nuke it down, because this cuts a lot of tempo. I'm just gonna use both my smites on it. And hope that I don't get spotted, because that would be painful. I might be able to 1v1 the Rengo, but I wouldn't be entirely sure of that. So now I've nuked it down to half HP, I should be a little bit less dangerous to do this, because my smite will heal me up a lot. So, yeah, very bad mechanics on the Shen's part, but I should still always, when you analyze the mistakes, sure, you can analyze your teammates' mistakes, but you should still figure out how you're working around that. Like, I don't like this, I don't like this. Rengar's 2-0. He jumped out, what? He wasn't gonna die to it, so might as well not. Alright, that is 18 health and a flash. That is unlucky, but sure. So it's just like, yeah, that one was just really close. We got our summoners, that's good. We even almost killed it. See, if you're not gonna die to the Zoe Q, you want to be as close to it as possible. So in that case, you shouldn't jump out. You should just let yourself get hit, and then jump in when Warwick puts her at 18 health, right? Really easy kill, but clearly these people are, like, I think they're about gold elo. You can see the enemies are just as bad, right? Like, the enemies are suicidal as well. So you shouldn't, like, if this shit tilts you like it tilts me, make sure that you always think about the fact that your enemies are just as bad as your allies, right? That's essentially what I'm saying here. There should be no reason for that to be different. Like, it can be different one game, like, some people could be better than others in the same MMR bracket, but that doesn't mean that, like, when you get tilted all the time by your teammates, that's just a psychological thing you need to go through, right? So, if that's something you notice, then you really have to start looking more clearly at your enemies and how they react to things, and ask yourself, are my enemies worse or better than my teammates? Right? You'll be surprised. If you pay attention, you'll be surprised, right? So anyway, back to Warwick mechanics. That one is like, you don't have an instant gap closure before level 6, so ganking mid lane, it's like, you know, it has to be a favorable position, essentially. That's what I'm saying. See if this guy dives. If he sticks around, then maybe I can do something. Oh. Just making sure I survive that. Alright, cool. We tried to kill Ranger, we didn't succeed. So that's just so close. Maybe if I played another 100 Warwick games, I would actually be able to evaluate that. And no. Looking at all the lanes here, it looks like bot lane's about to get ganked. So I want to be there for when that happens. Set up a pink ward here. Oh. They had heal. What? Damn. She didn't heal me. That sucks. I'm just gonna sugarcoat it, but that's just fucking terrible. Like, they should have healed me. Like, I'm saying, oh, well, a good job anyway, good fight, but in my head, I'm like, fuck you for not healing me, dude. Like, I know that with Flesh Heal, I could have survived that, and I don't know. I would have to ask a coach, like someone who's really good at the game, and knows his evaluations, whether it's better to just not waste those 2 summoners and just let yourself die. Because that's just something, I generally play for KDA in those situations, and I'm not sure if that's the appropriate thing. Okay, so we're gonna go out here and help our little buddy. Oh. Ah, shit. Alright. Cool. I didn't play that cleanly. I didn't Q in time. I should have Q'd before he jumped. I was about to make a remark about the fact that he allowed him to jump, which was bad. Again, doesn't mean that I should I should make mistakes. He's still here. Alright, this guy's just mid or feed. Well, he's not kidding. He's not kidding. Mid or feed is what he says. Mid or feed is what he does. Ah, come on. Give the Shen an assist. Be a good lad. Alright, well, that kind of puts this game in a very awkward spot for my enemies because the Kha'Zix is fed, but I'm not going to do too much commentary on the game itself. I'm going to focus on Warwick. And just as of course, most of the things on any jungler are not particular to the jungler. You're always going to face map awareness, knowing which lane to camp, all that kind of stuff. Most of it is just, you know, being a jungler. But, yeah, like, I could sprint to bot lane right now if I felt like it, but the fact that there's a Herald here makes me feel differently. Also, apparently they don't need my help. So, yeah, there's this guy. That pink ward playing off there. Just those little bits of mechanics that get you ahead, right? that allowed me to set up the play on the bot lane, get them ahead. Now they get a double kill, and they actually win on their own. So, just imagine if you hadn't done that. Like, you could have been fucked. They could have died, right? And then they lose the turret. So you want to always play around like... I can just... If I can pick it up like this. Like, this guy just walks in, suicides. Right? Then, sure, I'll take it. But, this is a very big exception, because I wouldn't be able to... I wouldn't focus on a Shen, even if I could get a few takedowns, because it doesn't really do anything. For me, unless I get the Herald, which I do, right? So there's a lot of conditions that you have to train by playing a lot of games, essentially, right? So, first of all, the first rule that you have to learn is that tanks are not very good at carrying, right? You can give them a helping hand, but they won't be able to carry. So don't spend a lot of time with your ganks. Just drop by. Just go for drive-by shooting. While in bot lane, you can actually camp it. You can actually sit in the brush for a minute and kill them, and then you get a turret. So then the whole time sitting there is worth it. So the way you gank bot lane and top lane is different, right? But there's an exception when you have a Herald, because a Herald is also able to take turrets. So in that case, you can just plant it in the top lane, and you'll get the turret anyway, and then it doesn't matter. Now, that doesn't mean I spend a lot of time in top lane this game, but just theoretically speaking, right, that's how you want to play jungle, right? Just to make sure that you get objectives with your takedowns. I'm not sure what we're doing here. I'm not sure what... I think the Shen is looking for an ultimate, but then he goes in on this, and I'm like, what? I can probably dive this, though. Why doesn't he taunt him? I don't understand why he didn't just, like, walk up to the turret and kill him. Like, he literally didn't kill him. I don't know if there was a point where I could have changed my movements accordingly, and he could have healed me as well. I just don't understand. I don't understand why he didn't take turret aggro and just let me kill him. It's like, this guy's just... Just walk up and kill him! Like... You can't explain that to someone. You can't explain evaluations to someone. You have to just go through the game and experience it, right? And it's just so frustrating to play with players that are below your NMR. Riot has done a great job at creating a competitive environment in Ranked. Kudos. But they have not done a great job at doing so in Normals. Because in Normals, no matter how many games you win, you keep going up against Goldies. I wait 5 minutes in queue time or longer, and I play with low golds. It's like, how many low golds are playing blind pick? 0? I think there's a lot more golds played. So if you want to match me up with those people, sure, but then don't pretend like those matches are very specific, right? Like, don't try to level... what I think is the reason behind this is because they try to match level. And I think that's just atrocious. You should only match on MMR. Level should be completely irrelevant. Alright, so we just try to simultaneously go in here. Whoa. Alright. That guy got clobbered. Silenced, so he couldn't take the lantern. We can go for more here. See, these guys are not backing off. Look at this. And guys is just taking the dragon. Shen has not used his ultimate bot lane a single time. Like, they've died, like, 6 times already, but he just doesn't use it. Like, it's the same thing with his mechanics. It's just, like, they're atrocious. His map play is atrocious. He just doesn't seem to play the game. Like, he just doesn't seem to go for map plays and shit. He just farms top lane until the end of the game. And then hopes that he gets some kills and then that his teammates carry him or something. Like, he's not the kind of guy that runs teleport, first of all. And then roams top lane, right? Right, but the enemies are the same thing, so I shouldn't be too mad. I'm just mad that I died 3 times because of that, because I expected any kind of follow-up. Any kind of follow-up. See this? See, I know I can go in on this, because this guy is just like... This guy has been showing us that he goes in. He's going ham. He has 13 kills, right? And he knows how to use them. And you see that you have to observe those patterns in people and respond to it appropriately. Because even though you know that when someone just taunts them and kills them, you can go in, you still have to say, are they actually doing that, right? So that's a way you can prevent going in like a monkey like me. I'm still learning that. I'm much better at it than I used to be, but it's still a work in progress. Like, I am not where I want to be. I'm not done with this skill, right? I'm still developing it. Anyway, in terms of Warwick, you can see it's pretty basic. I haven't talked about all the mechanical intricacies this game. In this game, I wanted to put the focus a little bit more on the actual aspects of the game itself that are also not particular to Warwick, and just making an instructional video on how to play jungle. And then, yeah, I'm playing Warwick, so go figure, right? So I tried to spread it out a little bit more than in my previous video, where all I did was talk about Warwick, Warwick, and Warwick, right? So anyway, that's it for this one. Yeah, so if you want to see content similar to this in the future, consider subscribing, because I'll be making a lot more like this. If you want to have any sort of suggestions for guides, kind of content, criticism, just anything you can come up with, right? Just drop it in the comments, and I will certainly read it, because let's be honest here, I'm not getting the view counts where I can't read all the comments. I'll just read your comment, dude. I'll make sure to read your comment, and yeah, like, just deal with it, right? So if you liked it, consider leaving a like, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.